You think you know me is not the question we need to be asking, guys. The real question is, do you know who the next member of Edge's stable will be? Welcome back, guys, to Fog Wrestling. Just uploaded the Raw preview for tonight. And one of the big talking points about Raw tonight is who will be the next member of Edge's stable. He's already created, or should I say recruited, Damian Priest, but there is speculation that Edge will be adding numbers to his faction tonight, and possibly not just stopping at one. He could be adding two, maybe three. Who knows? But two members have been pushed into this idea, into this, have been put up, recommended, whatever you want to call it. We'll start with the first of those two members, and I'm probably a nay for both. So we've got Tommaso Ciampa, who it wasn't long ago he was NXT champion. He's lost a few times in NXT since then. It appears he is done on NXT. He will be either, if he's not moving to the main show, if he's not moving to Raw or SmackDown, then he's probably done with WWE at this stage. And it looks like he will be either going to Raw or SmackDown. And if he goes to Raw, it has been rumoured that he could be the next member that Edge accepts into his, I don't even know what we're going to call this, the New Brood perhaps. I'm just going to call it the New Brood for this video going ahead, but honestly, I don't know what the name is, but the New Brood sounds better than Edge's stable. So yeah, Tommaso Ciampa could potentially be the next member of Edge's New Brood, but I just don't want Ciampa in it. I'm looking at Ciampa, he's a smaller guy. You look at Edge is a legend, Edge is Edge. You don't need to describe Edge. We know Edge, right? Edge is the Hall of Famer, the rated R superstar. Edge is fucking Edge, Adam Copeland, right? He speaks for himself. But you look at Damian Priest, big physical guy, guy that's, I was going to say just as big, even slightly bigger than Edge, big physical imposing guy, and then you want to add Tommaso Ciampa to this faction, and to me it would bring it down. I would much rather see Edge stick with kind of like heavyweights than add Tommaso Ciampa, who looks like anybody could beat that guy up. Looks like apart from the fact he looks about 60 years old, he does look like a small child, so I'm not a fan of Tommaso Ciampa being added to this, and I hope it doesn't go down that route. Second member potentially being added, rumoured to be added, is Rhea Ripley. Now, Rhea Ripley does have the gothic look about her. She is fucking jacked. It is very believable that Rhea Ripley could, accompany Edge to matches and beat up WWE male wrestlers, especially when Edge is feuding with smaller guys like AJ. It is, more than believable that, if AJ gets tossed to the outside, that Rhea Ripley could easily, clothesline AJ or throw a power slam on AJ or lift AJ up, right? I've no doubt that Rhea Ripley could do that. And yeah, she's, like I said, she's got the gothic look. She's big, she's strong, she's a lot fucking bigger than Tommaso Ciampa, that's for sure. But my problem with adding Rhea Ripley into this faction is we've seen, just like in the last decade, WWE have pretty much done away with almost all female and male interactions. Males and females do not interact in WWE anymore unless it is a couple like The Miz and Maryse. That is pretty much the only way, or Lana, Rusev. That is pretty much the only way that males and females interact, and they very rarely get physical with each other. The male never gets physical with the female now, but even in today, the female will very rarely ever share a ring with a male to get physical. And I just think adding Rhea Ripley, due to this, adding Rhea Ripley in it would kind of be like just a spare part. I think she would be lost. I don't think she would fit, because I can't imagine that Edge and Damian Priest are going to accompany her to her matches. And I think she would just be lost. It'd be like having a fruit bowl and you've got 3 bananas in the bowl and an apple. It would look out of fucking place. So while I do think that Rhea Ripley would be a good fit, I just don't think having a woman in this group would work, because in WWE they very rarely mix the males and the females. Unless they're looking to change that, then great. But I don't think they are. So for me, Rhea Ripley is not a good fit. And someone who I potentially would put into this stable, who I would put into Edge's New Brood, I was looking through the Raw roster. There's not a lot, guys, I'm telling you, there's not a lot. But what about T-Bar? This guy is going absolutely nowhere. Vince, we all know, likes to change names. Why not change this T-Bar's name? Change it back to his real name, whatever, his Dominic Ditchovich or whatever he's called. And why not put him in the stable? Another big guy, wouldn't look out of place. Give him a slight makeover, and I'm pretty sure him and Damien Priest behind Edge would look like an imposing faction, and it's a freeway, a freeway team that you would be taking deadly serious. So that's just what I think. I don't want to see Tommaso Ciampa in it, and I just don't think a woman would fit in this stable. So yeah, I would personally go with T-Bar, but we'll see. We'll see tonight. Probably will add Tommaso Ciampa and Rhea Ripley, but I hope they don't. I'm going to vote for T-Bar, guys. Let us know down below in the comments who you're voting for, and I will catch you on the next one. But until then, peace.